The squad car officer wondered at first if Mr. Daniels was a movie star. He had the features and that kind of sandy brown curly hair some movie stars had and never seemed to comb. The few lines in his face disappeared when he opened his eyes that were pale blue and seemed amazed in the telling of how he had actually shot a man. Twice, in the chest. "Sir, how many rounds you fire?" "I'm sorry, what?" "How many times you fire your gun?" "Twice." "What was he, about 20 feet away?" "Closer, 10 feet, maybe." "Swinging the machete?" "What? Yes, raising it." "But he didn't get a swipe at you?" "No." Mr. Daniels seemed surprised, or else he seemed dazed or preoccupied. Thinking about it, and the squad car officer's question would bring him back to now. Otherwise, Mr. Daniels was polite and seemed anxious to be of help. People were always seeing movie stars around Palm Beach, and Mr. Daniels mentioned George Hamilton twice. He mentioned Shelley Berman, and he mentioned Burt Reynolds. Mr. Daniels and some friends had gone up to Jupiter to the Burt Reynolds dinner theater, saw God's Favorite, and came back, had a few drinks at Charlie's Crab, then stopped by a friend's house to visit. He said he got home at approximately 4:30, 4:45. Out visiting that time of the morning. The young squad car officer nodded. He had seen a young woman down at the far end of the living room that was like a hotel lobby. Younger than Mr. Daniels, light brown hair parted on the side, not too long, black turtleneck, eating an apple. "Sir, your wife was with you?" "She's in Aspen." That stopped the young squad car officer. "Aspen?" "Colorado, she's skiing. A house guest was with me." "Could I have that person's name?" "Angela Nolan. Put down journalist. She's been interviewing me for a magazine, some kind of story." "So she came in with you?" "Yeah, but when I realized someone had broken in, the way the place was tossed, I told Miss Nolan, stay in the foyer and don't move." The squad car officer paused. One of Mr. Daniels's words surprised him, bothered him a little. "Sir, you know what, if anything, was taken?" "No, you'll have to search the guy. I didn't touch him." "How about the help? Where were they?" "The servants? They came out after." "Must have heard the shots." "I suppose so." The young squad car officer had a few more questions, but a detective arrived with the crime scene people, and the squad car officer was sent out to South Ocean Boulevard to wave traffic past the police vehicles lining the road. Shit, what traffic? He was curious about a few things. He wondered if the house guest, Angela Nolan, had seen any of the action. He wondered if Angela Nolan was staying in the main house or out in the guest house. The young squad car officer's name was Gary Hammond. On the third day, a woman who worked in a shirt factory in Hialeah and said she was Louverture Damien's wife came to Good Samaritan to sit at the man's bedside while he died. Officer Gary Hammond was stationed outside the Haitian's hospital door now, in case the poor son of a bitch ripped out his tubes, somehow crawled out of bed and made a run for it. Gary would talk to the woman from time to time. How come if she was married to Louverture she was living in Hialeah? To work, the woman said. Well, how come her husband didn't work there? The woman said because her husband believed to work every day was a bad thing. If work was a good thing, the rich would have it all and not let you do it. Grinning then, showing her ugly teeth. Jesus, the old broad was putting him on. The woman was as skinny as the man in the bed. An old leather stick with a turban and 9 strands of colored beads. She told Gary her husband had found nothing in his life worthwhile. She told him her husband was sometimes a thief, but not a dangerous one. He was too weak or cowardly to hurt anyone. Gary said if he was harmless, then what was he carrying the machete for, to get some coconuts? The woman told him her husband had no machete. She said her husband run. The man say to him to stop, her husband stop. The man say to him to come back with his hands in the air, her husband does this. The man shoots him and, li tombe boom, her husband falls with a great crash. Gary said,